Hello, world, and welcome to Creating Night with Kelsey. YouTube people, you know that I don't have the mic. Well, actually, obviously, on audio listening, you can tell that it's still shitty. But what's funny is I do have one. So now, YouTube people, you can see showing you the microphone. I got it, it came in. But last week was fucking wild, and I didn't have time to record the episode ahead of time in the way that I wanted it to because last episode I said how I wanted to stop recording on Tuesdays, which is the day before they release because it's releasing tomorrow on Wednesday because it stresses me the fuck out. But Universe had other plans. Universe had other plans on filling my time last week. But I am proud that I'm still showing up here right now, even if it's a super short episode, even if it's perceived to not be of value. What is the value that I'm showing to myself and my listeners is that I made a commitment to myself to release episodes every Wednesday. And I know you can be like, oh, Kelsey, it's okay if you don't do it every now and then. But for me, it's not. When you're building a brand and a business, there are certain things that you have to make a priority and you have to be consistent. And if I am not consistent on this, which is a main thing that I do want to be showing up in, one, it's never going to get better to where I move my week around and my availability so I can show up not last minute. Because if I never made it a priority, all of this was still going to be happening, and you would never receive me, the fullness of me and the most preparedness of me, if I didn't make a commitment that required that of me. Opening rant, welcome. But the microphone is here, so I will try that out this week and record episodes Thursday and Friday to have it more prepared for next week. I hope it sounds good. Short episode today, I might as well just fucking share what even happened last week because what is life? And this is where I am repeatedly so thankful for my somatic activated healing practice because I have tremendously stretched my capacity to not only, I was able to already feel all feelings before this practice came into my field, but what added it to that is the variable of being able to hold the paradox of all of the multitude of feelings all at once. That capacity within me has stretched. And I can show up better and I can still exist in life when it's all swirly. That's an adjective I've been using a lot lately. Swirly. Because I probably wouldn't have been able to get all my shit done as far as taking care of myself and showing up for myself and my emotional needs and adult responsibilities without my somatic practice. So, Monday of last week, I go to get nitrogen in my tires because everything, if you live in Florida, you know that the gas station of Florida or of the East, I don't know if it's all of the East side or just like Southeast side of America, of the United States. But Wawa is the hot gas station spot. Wawa offers free air for your tires. And because of that, a lot of people don't treat free things with care, loving care, and they're all fucking broken. And then they suck the air out of your tire, and then it gives me a damn near panic attack. And I'm not exaggerating on that one. If you've listened to previous episodes, this whole epidemic of me and my relationship with my tires, some reason really triggers this survival like panic in me. Love this journey for me. 3D manifestations of internal past shit. But so I don't go to Wawa anymore because fuck that. And now I go to my car dealership to get nitrogen for free and it lasts longer. But I recently got it done because the temperature changed and then I needed it again. So I went back this past Monday and I was like, hey, I just got this done. The temperature has not dropped. It's remained the same. What's obviously fill it up, but like what's happened? 2 nails in my tire. Not one, two. And they're so big that you couldn't put a patch in it. I had to get new tires. And if I'm getting 2 new tires and my other tires were old, I might as well get 4 tires because they are going on 5 years of being used anyway. Like I knew the time was coming of getting new tires, but the nails really just like stabbed me, you know? So that was a lovely, unexpected shock to the system. Just kidding. That was on Tuesday. That happened on Tuesday, a few hours before I was going to be hosting my first ever virtual somatic activated healing class. I was like, I I don't have time to get new tires right now. I have to host a class. Am I able to get home or what the heck is going to happen? You guys close when I would be done. So like what? They assured me that it'd be fine to just come back in the morning and get 4 new tires. So that was a lovely, unexpected wrench in my plan and jarring thing that could have really taken me off my center of being focused to show up fully for my first class that I was hosting virtually because I used to host them in person, but virtually was a new thing. But I came home, I shook my body, put on some music, did the somatic shake, did some moves, let it flow through me, and I was fully present and fucking killed it on that first session. And then the personal stuff, the more personal stuff that's like super vulnerable. I'm not going to get like all up into the details of that. So when this releases tomorrow on the 15th, my birthday's the next day. My birthday is November 16th and I'm going to be 30. The dirty 30. And I had plans with people, very important people to me in my life, and they ditched me. I got ditched on my birthday that we had plans before my birthday, which that was a shock. That was a complete shock to my system. And then they went and it wasn't that I got ditched because that sucks, but they went and did the birthday plans that they invited me to and I was included in without me. So that was just if the nails didn't stab me, that sure did. And like right in the abandonment wound. But and it's like a cruel joke of having the level of awareness of paradox and really transmuting the victim mindset of things happen for you, not to you. And that can also be toxic of like when shitty things happen, it's like, oh, but it's for you and it's for your benefit if you like just brush over the shittiness of it because then that turns into spiritually bypassing. No, that's not what I did. I felt the grief and it felt like my soul was getting ripped out of my body because further things followed from that because then these VIP humans, very important VIP humans, very important people humans, that doesn't make sense. These VIPs also then communicated that they no longer wanted to be in my life. So it was a getting ditched on my birthday and then full abandonment all at once. And that's where that like soul ripping out of my body felt. Maybe scarily familiar with that type of restructuring in my life. And I trust it. So I respected the boundary and I'm not going to be around. And I do trust that as a result, it is for my benefit. It is for my highest good. So I didn't wallow in it and being the victim of like, oh, this happened to me. This sucks. I'm abandoned. Like, woe is me. I felt the grief of like being abandoned sucks. These people no longer being in my life suck. And feeling anger and some shame, like some worthiness was there of like little kid wounds of that being flared up. So I felt that. But I did find myself very quickly slipping into the victim mindset of like, why did this happen to me? And now I'm going to be alone on my birthday. And now I'm not going to ever really see these people again. And they're a big part of my life. So, like, what is going to happen? That's where you can discover the nuance of the somatic experiences of being able to detangle the pity party from sitting in the shit. Okay. So I noticed when those two things started to mix because now that I didn't have birthday plans, I was like, well, fuck. What am I gonna do? Like I'm gonna be alone on my birthday, and that was a cycle that I was wanting to break because a few years ago I had started to be alone on my birthday, But that's when I was leaving my ex, and that was a form of empowerment of like, I'd rather be alone than spend it with someone where there's all this turmoil and we're separating anyway, and then them being resentful of being around me on my special day. I'd rather be alone. So that energy was empowering. And then the next one was the next birthday was the like loneliness of the healing hermit phase, and I accepted that, like that's just what this is, like this is a phase. And then the next year I did have plans with people, which was last year. And then so this year I was like, if I'm alone again, there must be something wrong with me. Like, what is happening? Why am I so alone? Why can't I have people stick around in my life? And that's when it started to slip. My freeze response kind of started to get flared back up of thinking like, oh, I can't, like I'm just gonna be home and not do anything. But I decided, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I've worked so hard of reprogramming the victim mentality of going from victim to victor, because there are points in our lives where we are very much victim. But if you are no longer in trauma, then that's when the process starts of shifting the mindset. Because when you were a victim, in that way, it was protecting you and keeping you alive. And then now that you are alive and you're out of certain situations, it is up to us to shift the mindset of how the victim operates so we don't keep repeating unhealthy cycles. So then getting involved in unhealthy relationships or getting involved in unhealthy relationships, unhealthy work environments, unhealthy living environments, like, and then it just like keeps going and going. Anyway, getting off on a whole thing, and I'm laughing at myself because I was like, this is going to be a short 5-minute episode, which it'll probably still be short. I'm almost done. But I was just like, okay, no, fuck that shit. I don't want to be alone on my birthday. I don't want to be sitting and chilling and knowing, like, I knew if I didn't do anything for my birthday, even if I was to go out and do something alone, if I was alone in my house and choosing to not do anything after that moment of that unfortunate event happening, then I was choosing to be a victim in that moment. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to wallow in that energy. So I looked up events and I was like, what events are happening on Thursday, November 16th? And there's an ecstatic dance event happening on Thursday. And I'm so fucking excited. I had to talk myself into getting the tickets because it's not a normal, of course, it's not a normal ecstatic dance event or night, because that does happen around here in the Tampa Bay area, that those events do happen, but it's only, sometimes they're usually like donation based or like $20 to get in. This was $129 to get the ticket for this 4-hour ecstatic dance night. So at first I was like, just wait, just do it the next night when it's the cheaper one, like the day after your birthday, and just do the normal thing, or try next, or da da da. And then I was like, Kelsey, no, this cool ass event is happening on your birthday, and you got ditched on your birthday. Do you want to still not do anything on your fucking your 30th birthday? So I bought the ticket and I'm gonna go. And I'm a little nervous because I move and feel through anxiety on like parking situations and then walking around and stuff by myself, but it's all going to be okay. And I'm going to go to this event completely by myself, which I have done before. So I don't feel as nervous about that, which is cool. And I love that I have been so present with my body and worked through my shit enough to where it doesn't prevent me from doing things like this. Because I also know before I was so paralyzed by the freeze response that I did not have the capacity to do anything like that. To go anywhere by myself, there's no fucking way I would do something like this. Since I've been practicing presence, I can be present with all of this unpleasantry, all of the uncertainty, all of the little nervousness of new things, and be with it all and still move through life and still do great things. So we had the stressor of the fucking 2 nails in my tires, getting new tires, doing my brand new somatic activated healing class, because that was also a lot of energy. That was a lot of energy to hold, because it's a new caliber of helping people, because I knew the people that had signed up and that were going to be live were people that were not new to the healing journey. They were healers themselves. A lot of them were healers themselves. So there's a different level of showing up for a healer to guide healers. Okay. And I felt that. And so I was so expanded in that moment because I could feel all of this. For a little bit, I was questioning, like, man, am I anxious? Like, am I freaking the fuck out? And then I checked myself. I'm like, no, I'm being stretched. I'm being expanded in this moment of the consistency of showing up for Tuesday night saw method classes and showing up for anyone on the healing journey, but really for the healers, because um, they demand someone who knows what the fuck they're doing because they know what they're doing. Okay. And they demand someone that does walks the walk, or they'll just do it themselves, or they'll find someone else to guide them, which is, like, that's what I would fucking do. So that was a lot of energy too. So those two big things, and then birthday ditching and abandonment, all in 1 week. Like, holy shit. And there's more to that. Like I said, there's more layers to the more extra vulnerable personal things that I'm not going to share. But that was a lot to experience in 1 week. Yet I was able to hold it well and hold myself well and honor my feelings. And I just love that. And that's why I have so much gratitude for for getting certified in somatic activated healing, so much gratitude for Sadi Simone for stepping up into his power and creating this for people. It's been life changing. But yeah, okay, the end. I'll put my shit in the show notes as far as if you would like to come to the donated virtual somatic activated healing classes. Just sign up for my email list and you'll get a 48-hour replay link too if you can't catch the live, but it will disappear after 48 hours. So, like, show up or don't get it at all. And thanks for enduring my random pop in. So I keep the commitment to myself of recording episodes or releasing them every Wednesday. I'm going to do this ahead of time now so I don't do the random stuff because I have shit planned. And I'm going to show up so good for you guys. But also, when it's messy, I'm going to allow it to be messy, but still show up. And that is just as beautiful. So thank you for being here. And remember, when we see the light in ourselves, we create light in others.